It began on one of those dreary mornings when the rain seems to weigh down the entire world. Heavy gray clouds pressed low against the skyline, mirroring the heaviness in Emily Stanton's heart. As she wheeled herself slowly down the hospital corridor, every faint squeak of her chair echoed like a reminder of dreams stolen too soon. Only half a year earlier, Emily had been a star under dazzling stadium lights. The youngest ballet sensation to ever lead a grand performance at the New York Academy. The stage had been her kingdom, and movement her language. But in a single cruel twist of fate, a distracted driver, a rain-slick road, the shriek of brakes, everything was ripped away. Doctors said her spine was irreparably damaged. Since that night, she hadn't walked. Yet the paralysis was only part of her suffering. What haunted her more was the silence, the emptiness, and the unbearable loneliness. To the outside world, she was brave, admirable, strong. But no one saw the tears she buried in her pillow when the lights were off. No one noticed how she forced fake smiles just to stop her father from carrying that same haunted look of helplessness every time he glanced her way. Her father, Charles Stanton, wasn't just any man. He was the billionaire CEO of Stanton Global, a titan used to bending problems to his will with money, influence, and speed. Yet no amount of wealth could restore her legs, and no empire could repair her broken spirit. Before we continue, if you believe in the healing power of kindness, in the possibility of second chances, and in the truth that even ordinary people can create extraordinary change, please take a second to support this channel. Like this video. Subscribe to Limitless Truth, and share it with someone who may need a little light in their darkness. Together, your support ensures that stories of hope reach those who need them most. Charles, desperate for a miracle, had summoned world-class neurologists, renowned therapists, even controversial specialists from abroad. He had converted an entire wing of his mansion into a private rehabilitation center. But nothing brought his daughter back to herself. Emily withdrew more and more each day. A ghost of the vibrant girl she once was. And though Charles had built empires, he now stood powerless before the only person he couldn't fix. So he made a choice. A different kind of gamble. He whisked Emily away from the endless noise of the city, from sterile white walls, and from pitying whispers. Their destination was a secluded mountain retreat known as Healing Storms, a place that blended modern medicine with emotional renewal. The mountain air was crisp, almost sharp, and Emily felt smaller, more fragile beneath its weight. The staff were polite and professional, but she was just another patient on a checklist. Another routine. Another hopeless case. Then, on her third day there, something unexpected shifted. Emily sat outside one of the wooden cabins, her eyes tracing the treetops swaying in the distance, when a small boy approached. He couldn't have been more than 6. His freckles sparkled across his cheeks like scattered stars, and a stubborn cowlick stood defiantly in his brown hair. He studied her wheelchair for a moment, then met her eyes with a disarming smile. "My dad says you're really sad," he said with childlike honesty. Emily blinked, unsure how to respond. "He says sometimes sad people need a different kind of help. He can help you. He helped me when Mommy went to heaven." Her throat tightened. She didn't answer. The boy simply pointed toward a nearby greenhouse. There, a man in worn jeans and a faded navy shirt worked among the plants. His hands were rough from labor, but his movements carried a calmness. Steady, grounded, human. And when he noticed her, he offered not a pitiful grin, but a smile that felt real. That night Emily couldn't sleep. Not because of pain, but because of the boy's words. "He helped me." Who was this man? The following morning, while Emily sat sketching, the man approached. He didn't ask what she was drawing or why her face looked stormy. Instead, he crouched down slowly, so as not to startle her, and placed a single flower in her hand. "You don't have to smile," he murmured. "But maybe this makes today 1% better." And then he walked away. His name was Adam Miller. A single father who had once been a respected physical therapist. But when his wife died suddenly, Adam left the city, searching for a quieter life to raise his son in the mountains. He volunteered at Healing Storms when he wasn't teaching survival skills or tending herbs. What most didn't know, however, was that Adam carried a gift. He had an uncanny ability to reach people. Not their injuries but their hearts. Emily resisted him for weeks. She fought him with silence, sarcasm, and shut doors. But Adam never pushed. He simply showed up. Sometimes sitting nearby while she painted, sometimes letting his son's laughter fill the silence. Slowly, cracks appeared in her armor. First a word, then a conversation, then laughter, and eventually, tears she hadn't allowed herself to release. For the first time in months, she trusted. One misty morning, as dawn painted the fields gold, Adam turned to her and whispered, "I think your body is waiting for your heart. And your heart is waiting for permission to believe again." Emily said nothing. But she didn't look away either. Soon after, she agreed to let him try something different. Therapy not centered on machines, but on memory. Adam recreated a ballet studio, mirrors glistening, classical music filling the room. Familiar scents drifting through the air. He wanted to remind her body of the rhythm it once loved. It was grueling. Every movement felt like fire. But for the first time, Emily didn't feel like a patient. She felt like a dancer rediscovering herself. Then came the moment. Adam gently supported her waist and whispered, "Let's stand together." Her legs trembled violently, yet they held. For 3 precious seconds, she stood. And she wept, not in despair, but in hope. Charles couldn't understand it. How had one ordinary man achieved what millions of dollars and top experts could not? Confronting Adam, he demanded, "What makes you